All right, everyone, this is problem number 2 from chapter 2, the study guide. Problem number 2 says, at Disneyland, 3/4 of the students from Miss Brunson's class were waiting in line to go on Big Thunder Mountain. After 4 more students joined them, there were 25 students in line. How many students are in her class, meaning Miss Brunson? Write an equation for this situation. Well, 3/4 of the students in Miss Brunson's class. I don't know how many students are in Miss Brunson's class. So since we don't know how many students that is, we're going to use X for the number of students. So that's going to say, of means to multiply. So we're going to say 3/4 of the students from Miss Brunson's class, X, is waiting in line to go on Big Thunder Mountain. Then we have this, after 4 more students join, there were 25 students in line. Well, we're going to add, oops, let me go back. We're going to add 4 to the students. And then we're going to say that equals 25. 4 more students joined that group, and then there were 25 students there. So once we have this equation, then we can figure out how many students Miss Brunson has in her class. This says to write an equation for this situation. There it is. 3/4 of the students in Miss Brunson's class plus 4 is going to equal 25. So we're going to figure out how many she has in her class. We're going to take 4 away, and we get 3/4 of the students. It's going to be 21. So I'm going to take 3/4 and multiply by the reciprocal, which is 4/3. On the left side, I get 12 out of 12. X is going to equal, and on the other side, 3 divided by 3 is 1. 21 divided by 3 is 7. 7 times 4 is 28. 28 out of 1, so that means X equals 28. That means Miss Brunson has a class with 28 students in there. So if I'm looking at, let's see, let me rewrite this one part. 3/4 X plus 4 is equal to 25. Let's look at the next part of this question. It said compare to the equation you wrote on the previous slide, which was this. Could any of these equations below represent that situation? Well, let's see. Let me write it a little bit lower. So I can see all these equations here. It looks like this very first one here, 3/4 X plus 4 equals 25. That looks like that would be it. Equivalent. So let's see the one on the right. 3/4 of the students in Miss Brunson's class equals 25 minus 4. Well, what would happen if I took 4 away from this side and I took 4 away from this side? That would be 0, and I would have 3/4 X is equal to 25 minus 4. So that one works too. All they did was take 4 away from each side. Let's say the one down here at the bottom, 3/4 times all the students in the class plus 12. Well, that doesn't make any sense based off the information that they gave us. They said there was 4 more students in line, so that wouldn't make any sense. And then the one to the right of that, 3/4 times X plus 12, that also wouldn't make any sense because they said there was 4 students that went into the line, and that after those 4 students arrived that there was 25. So the only two that make sense are the two that I boxed in. And the second one over here on the right was only because we took 4 away from both sides. So that means 3/4 x is equal to 25 minus 4. They just didn't do the subtraction. They just showed you the numbers there. Okay, so those two would be the two that would work.